Well, there is renewed hope Melbourne CBD could soon be back to its former glory as the state government scraps its work from home recommendations. Holly Edwards-Smith is live for us in Melbourne. Holly, when do the recommendations actually change?
Well, Laura, it's the second day of spring and finals footy is upon us, but there's more good news for Melbourne businesses. The working from home recommendations are due to end on October 12. So while that is still a few weeks away, really positive signs for businesses here in the Central Business District that have been suffering over the past 2.5 years. In July compared to June, office participation was down around 11%. That's figures released by the Australian Property Council, likely because of a rise in COVID case numbers here in Victoria during July. But the Health Minister, Marianne Thomas, has said that new health advice is in line with these working from home recommendations falling away, so they will officially end on October 12. If we look north to New South Wales, there are similar calls there for revitalisation of Sydney's CBD. The Perrottet government has been warned that some businesses there could face financial ruin unless the state government steps in, offering some incentives to bring people back to the city, particularly on Mondays and Fridays. In June last year, the New South Wales state government announced a Thank God It's Friday lunch voucher. Those were soon scrapped because of a Delta wave, but there are renewed calls for those to come back, as well as things like free public transport on Fridays. National Cabinet was on Wednesday. We saw a flurry of new advice and changes in restrictions, masks no longer being mandated on domestic flights, as well as the mandatory isolation period being reduced. So, Laura, it does seem that across the board, these COVID restrictions are starting, or we're starting as a nation, to move away from them after a long 2.5 years.